先輩
お前はもう死んでる。
何？
You're listening to Anime XM with Boba and Mocha, the #1 anime podcast in the universe. Because we said so.
Welcome to Anime XM.
I'm Boba.
And I'm Mocha.
And today we're talking about best girls, best boys,
Waifus and husbandos.
one of our favorite topics.
I love the boys. Our program is predominantly educational. You might not be familiar with the terms best girl and best boy. So we're going to have our interns, Lord Rito and Hoshiru, explain to you exactly what is a best girl and a best boy.
If I had to say, I would say that a best girl is one of your favorite female characters in a show that you just can't help but love.
And a best boy would be pretty much the male equivalent of that. Now, our next term is waifu. W-A-I-F-U.
Well, if I must explain.
You must.
Okay then. Well, as the name implies, it derives from the term wife, which is pretty much wife material, and it involves traits that you would find suitable in a partner.
And you know, everybody's favorite is different. Well, actually, there are a lot of characters that are labeled waifu, and a lot of people feel that way about. Lord Rito, tell us about your waifu.
Well, if I must, for me, I would like a woman who already has wealth comparable to me. One character that comes to mind would be Kaguya from Kaguya-sama Love is War. Excellent anime, I suggest you watch it. But her traits that I find ideal is that she's very shy, but she will fight for the one that she loves. And while she will not admit it to that person, she very much loves that person.
Hoshiru, what about you?
Well, if I had to step out of my comfort zone a little here, I would have to pick Haruno from Fuli Kuli or FLCL. Mostly because she's batshit crazy, but in a good way.
Like us.
Yay! I
But
like these interns.
She's also not human. She's an alien who is constantly on the run from the space patrol while also looking for her true love, who likes to seek a host body in other planets. So she's always chasing him across the galaxy, and she's not afraid to run someone over with a vehicle or hit them upside the head with a guitar to get her way.
I can get behind that, definitely.
So you want someone who would die for you?
I would run someone over with a car if it meant that I was protecting them.
More like she's gonna kill for you.
Oh, most
so
definitely.
And
You
also,
know.
Like, you know, Gasai. Oh my gosh, we have to talk about this waifu. This is one of those waifus that is kind of waifu of waifus. She kind of embodies that whole desire to protect and love at all costs. Doesn't matter what is coming, she will protect Yuki from anyone. She was gonna kill his mom.
But then she said, luckily, your mom's a nice woman, so I don't have to kill her.
She is batshit crazy. A lot of waifus are batshit crazy. She really embodies everything waifu. Like, she will kill for you, she will die for you, she will mostly kill for you. and then she's crazy in love with Yuki. She's, educational moment, a yandere. Yandere meaning crazy love, just crazy in love with, crazy super hyper attached to the person she loves. Watch the rest of The Future Diary to find out. And Fully Gully.
it's a very good show.
And since we're covering yandere right now, maybe we should move on to tsundere.
And Lord Rito was just talking about a tsundere. Explain.
Actually, yes. While yanderes would kill for the one that they love, tsunderes are more shy about it, as my waifu Kaguya is. She does not want to admit her feelings to the person she loves, and her behavior towards him would almost be characterized as she hates him, but it's the exact opposite. She just doesn't know how to admit it or express it.
Oh, it's like whenever you like a boy and you punch him in the shoulder instead of flirt with him. I rather just cover them in kisses. But you know.
I wouldn't know any of that. I'm alone.
Oh, it's okay, Hoshiru. You have us to boss you around.
So I'm alone.
Essentially, yes. But moving on. So, best boys. We kind of haven't talked about best boys other than our best boy interns over here. We love you guys.
My best boy, I think, would have to be Tamaki from Ouran High School Host Club because he is so precious and so rich, and even though he can be a little stuck up sometimes, he would do anything for the person that he loved, even if it meant keeping a secret from the whole school.
And he sparkles. I like his sparkles.
He does sparkle.
I always wondered, is that like, you know, like when they animate the sparkles on them, it's to show that they're just so gorgeous and beautiful. Like, is that how she's seeing him, or is he actually sparkling? I don't know. The world may never know.
I like to think he's actually sparkling.
He's actually sparkling. You know, speaking of sparkles, my best boy would be, and actually all of the boys from this series sparkle at some point anyway, but from Fushigi Yugi, one of my favorite anime from the 90s. It's an oldie but a goodie. So this one is one of those reverse harems. Miyaka is the girl swept into the book. And that's an example of
Isekai?
Yes! Swept into a magical world via a book in this case. Anyway, so she's surrounded by all these beautiful boys, these bishonen, and one of them is actually a king of the realm that she ends up in when she's in the book. And he's actually such a beautiful man that people mistake him for a woman. But anyway, she ends up not really, she does care for him very deeply, but she is actually in love with Tamahome, the main, I guess, best boy. But my best boy would be Hotohori, because even though he knows she doesn't feel that way for him, he would still die for her. He would still do anything for her. He wanted her to be his queen.
If you had to say best boys, I would probably say that Escanor is my best boy. He is my absolute favorite. I may not obviously love him, but he is my favorite character.
That makes sense. You can have a best boy.
He's just unbelievably overly prideful. Well, that's his sin. He's the sin of pride. And no matter what, even if it seems like he's losing, he's just going to keep boasting that he's going to win. And he does. He actually never loses in the series. I won't tell you why or how, because that will give you spoiler territory.
Right, we don't want to do that.
Second only to Guts from Berserk, and the way Guts will literally kill an entire army. There was a scene where Casca she was having some woman issues and was on the battlefield still, and she got sick overexerting herself and fell into a river. In full plate armor, he jumped into the river, saved her, drug her to shore, and kept her warm through the night, while also being hunted by a team of 100 mercenaries. And then they found him. He took 5 arrows to his body and still killed every single one of them, all 100, in a single night while keeping her alive.
Oh my god, I'm sold. He sounds like a hell of a best boy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know him and I want him to be my best boy.
And he has muscles.
He sounds pretty sexy.
We should see the
Thank you,
size of his
Hoshiru.
sword.
Oh, do I want to see the size of that sword?
It's quite massive.
We don't even have a drum set. We need a drum set in here. Guys, we need a drum set.
Let's send the interns to buy a drum set.
Intern, drum set now. Okay, so we talked about waifus. I forgot there is a male counterpart to waifu, and that's husbandos. Obviously derived from the word husband, like waifu, wife. Anyways, husbandos.
Lord Rito, I saw you make a face. Do you have something to say about that?
Oh, this should be good.
Well, as embarrassing as this is,
Oh, this will be good.
I wouldn't necessarily call him a husbando. He certainly is husbando material. But best boy, I would have to say, would be Speedwagon from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
What?
You see, let me get into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This is a long-running series that takes you through the adventures of the Joestar family, and in the very first season, the main character, Jonathan Joestar, runs into Speedwagon. At first he attempts to mug him, but then seeing as how much of a gentleman he is, he tags along with him, and even past the first season, he accompanies and assists the Joestar family. He will stick with you through thick and thin, and he will do pretty much anything for you.
That is a good one.
The interns are showing us up once again.
Good job, I guess.
It's what we don't get paid for.
You are so right.
I don't need to be paid.
know.
I'm just here for credit.
We know. How did I not think of 0-2?
Go ahead.
0-2 from Darling in the Franxx. Episode 1, this gorgeous pink-haired, horned, perfect woman is naked just from the get-go. And that's 0-2. That's the main character. And then, of course, she wears super skin-tight, latex-looking suit with this hood thing on the back. And she's got steering, handles on her butt so that she can be steered. What more waifu material could you possibly want? Oh, and then she loves to lick him. So Hiro, the main character that she's constantly growing herself, she loves the taste of his skin. I mean, I'm just saying. Oh, and then they have history together, which don't want to spoil that. But hot demon chick naked first episode, watch Darling in the Franxx.
You know, now that I think about it, there is one Husbando that killed probably more than his fair share of galaxies for his wife.
Yes,
Simone from Gurren Lagann.
nice.
There's no telling how many planets of life they destroyed in their fight by using them as shuriken or throwing stars.
Whoa.
So billions of planets were destroyed just because the enemy tried to take his wife. You could also talk about Vegeta, who literally fought a god of destruction because the god slapped his wife because they were out of pudding.
No pudding?
And she was yelling at him, and he knew he was going to lose, but he still fought the god of destruction.
So that's about all the time we have for today's episode.
That was our best girls, best boys.
Waifus and husbandos.
And since we have so many ideas for the next episode, we're gonna have the interns spin the wheel
Spin,
of
spin,
topics.
spin, spin, spin. All right, and it's landing on.
Oh,
It's landing on. Gendering and misgendering in anime. Wow, that's gonna be a fun topic. Make sure to join us on the next episode of Anime XM.
I'm Boba.
And I'm Mocha. See you next time. Bye bye.
Kamehameha!